Hello and everybody, and thank you for joining us here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Along with Max Strauss, I'm Jess Lipson as we get ready for some Montclair State lacrosse as the Red Hawks look to take on Cabrini University here in the Game 2 of their season. How you doing today, Max?
Doing well. Excited for some lacrosse. Not something I have seen a ton of, but the team that's coming in here, Cabrini, is extremely exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard-fought game and a tall order for the Montclair State Red Hawks as they go against the defending 2019 Division III men's champions in the Cabrini Cavaliers. So it's going to be a hard-fought game for Montclair. They're coming off a loss, and it was a tough game, but what did you like from them in that one?
Well, it was a tough game. That's a team in the Kane Cougars, which was their opponent just 2 nights ago on Friday. That we've had a lot of that Montclair State has had a lot of success on in the last couple of years. So it was definitely surprising. They got off to a decent start, but really lost the game in the second quarter. Eventually found themselves down about 6-2, and it was just too late when they were trying to make a comeback in the fourth quarter, and so. That's got to be frustrating for this team. As I mentioned, they've had a lot of success against Kane. Robert Brennan was a big bright spot with 4 goals. We'll see a lot of him in the slot in the middle of the offensive zone for Montclair State, but that's not great for them in terms of what we just mentioned with Cabrini being the defending national champions in the last full season of Division III lacrosse.
Yeah, and it's going to be a busy day for Matthew McLaurin, who's going to be the goalkeeper for this lacrosse men's Red Hawks team. He played very well in the second half of that game last week, where he didn't give up a single goal. But after giving up 9 in the first, it was just too much for them to overcome. That defense is going to be busy as well with trying to fight off this Cabrini team. What makes this Cabrini team so good year in and year out?
Well, they just got a lot of firepower up front. I mean, some guys that we'll look at offensively are Mike Gerzabek, who's number 2 for them. Even Bobby Cresswell, a midfielder, and they just have a lot of guys that know how to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much name almost every player on that roster, and they're some way or another going to have a huge impact on this team and really make it tough for the Montclair team and Coach Pasque. Yeah, so as we get for the Red Hawks, it's going to be hard to see who's going to really take over the role for scoring. We talked about Brennan, but who else do you think can play a major role in that?
Well, when looking at Montclair State, in turn, they did lose one of their starting forwards from last season, but Christian Boyle is a player that kind of played well, even though later on, even though it was only a 6-game season last season, we've seen some bright spots from him. He's in the starting lineup today, as well as Aiden Maxwell, who's a freshman. And a lot of the players on the team have talked really well about him in terms of what they've seen in practice.
Awesome. So it's going to be about a little over 6 minutes until we're game time. We're going to take a short break here. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back shortly.
Thank you for your cooperation, and please enjoy this afternoon's contest.
Hello, everyone, and thank you. Welcome back to men's lacrosse as they take on Cabrini University. As we get ready to kick it off, it looks like Montclair State will get it first. Going right to the attack for your Cabrini Cavaliers, it's going to be number 2, Mike, starting this is, number 2, Mike Gerzabek, number 4, Kyle Cutla, number 12, Tommy DeLuca, number 18, Kyle Tucker, number 19, the transfer Drew Sapinski, number 21, Matt Segader, number 22, Ty Kostak, number 32, Jake Klein, number 41, Matt Lapora, and number 43, Seamus Hogan. On the other end for the Montclair State Redhawks, it's going to be, and starting off at goalkeeper, Matthew McLaren, number 6, Joe Cavino, number 7, Christian Boyle, number 8, Tyler Ball, number 9, Tyler McCreary, getting first start of the season as he did not start last game, as well as Matt Dansex, who did not start last game. He'll be getting the start as well. Number 28, Jack Greco, number 30, Patrick Finnegan, number 45, Aiden Maxwell, and number 50, Robert Brennan, who was Montclair's top scorer last game. Cabrini just passing the ball around a little bit. Mike Gerzabak passing it, trying to make something happen. Going to go out of bounds.
By McLaren. That was shot at his right leg and low, and he got a stick on it. So a good save, but a lot of pressure here from Cabrini early. They're in control, even though we are just about a little over a minute and a half in.
Real good ball movement here as Sapinski passing it around.
19? No, not 19. Not 2. What number?
Can you repeat that? 22 from 19?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. 22.
Looks like we'll get the assist from Ty Kostak to Drew Sapinski. Cabrini getting on board early.
What?
He came from behind the net and just sat right there in what I'm going to call the dunker spot, as if we were watching basketball, and just ripped it past McLaren. So 1-0 lead.
Montclair State won that first face-off. It's a battle here. It looks like it's going to go to Montclair State's offense, but it's going to get picked up by Cabrini here. As Matthew Rise enters the game, and he's already making an impact. Snyder with the ball now.
The Cabrini goal was scored by Ty Kostak on an assist from Drew Sapinski. Time to go 151.
Montclair giving a lot of space for Cabrini to work with. Gerzabek shot. Goal for Gerzabek. He was sitting there in the corner there, kind of hiding. Was able to make that
19, right?
corner goal.
Yeah, that's a tough angle for Gerzabek, but obviously shows his talent right there. He changed his stick angle, kind of put it between the stick and the outside of the leg of the defender, and made it tough to block, and then put it in the right spot past McLaren. So already 2-0. Cabrini looks like they're going to try and obviously take control. We're not even 3 minutes in, and they've already put 2 in the back of the net.
Yeah, Cabrini really doing a nice job of passing it around. Had about 10 passes before both of those goals. That time assisted by Kyle Tucker. And Montclair State's going to win that first one, but it's going to be knocked out.
Well, what you were saying about Cabrini there, I mean, Montclair State's done a decent job defensively of keeping them to the outside for the most part. Beside that first goal where the ball was able to go through the defense, that last possession they were able to keep them to the outside. But Cabrini's got some good talent, so just because you keep him to the outside, he's still gotta be in certain shooting and passing lanes.
Hang on. Alright, we're good.
It's now just under 12 minutes left in the quarter. Cabrini now working out on offense. As Jake Goss moving it around.
So once again, Cabrini will take control of this ball. Just a lot of pressure on this Montclair defense, and the more they let this score kind of almost implode and keep going up, it's not going to be good from here.
Yeah, last time these two teams faced, Cabrini won 17-3. So Montclair's going to need to hold it down on defense.
Shot 18 wide.
Wide shot there.
Looked like that was Sapinski. Or, I'm sorry, Kyle Tucker.
Cabrini just passing it around now. Strike there, but nice save by McLaren.
Yeah, another good save down low for McLaren. That looks like Cabrini has been looking for that area in terms of where to shoot on him. So we'll see if they keep shooting low or try to change it up and go high.
Yeah, and Tyler Ball, part of the reason that shot was blocked before, able to pick up that ground ball. He's going to turn it over here as Cabrini now and Rizkowski get back at it.
Yeah, that was Tyler Ball
Gersbach
behind the net.
No ground ball.
So there is what I was mentioning where they were looking low, and then Kostek on that last shot from the high slot in the middle, that was high on McLaren, was able to make a save.
Montclair State trying to make something happen, and then Cabrini just stops that right away.
Well, that's just a bad pass from Montclair. I mean, there wasn't a lot of room, but he just threw it up the middle, and two Cabrini players converged on the one for Montclair State.
As Aiden Maxwell tries to make something happen, and he run behind the goal. He passes it to Christian Boyle. Passing it around now as Joe Cavino has it. Back around to Dansex. Dansex the lone penalty in last game. Cavino putting on the moves. Nice shot and goal. Goal for Joe Cavino as he put on the moves there and a nice low strike.
Yeah, as you said, a good low strike. First off, it was a good run from him to first have a swim move to his left, spin back to his right off of that swim move, and then shot it low to the outside of the right leg of the goalkeeper for Cabrini.
Montclair State battles back into this one as they put themselves on the board. It's now 2-1 Cavaliers.
That's Matt Segater for in goal for the Cavaliers.
9:08 left in the first. Cabrini already on the attack. Just runs right down the field. And a score for number 8, Jake Huey, the sophomore forward.
Yeah, Huey was not in the starting lineup. Obviously, just took the face-off. Montclair State looked like they could get some momentum at home here, cutting the lead in half, just 2-1. The half of a lead, obviously, still early, but that's going to kill the momentum right there. Any team, I don't care how good they are, if you just let the face-off man just run right through the middle of the defense, you're not helping your own cause, and especially against a team like Cabrini, they're going to convert those opportunities.
All right, so violation for Cabrini as Montclair State starts it off. No face-off needed. And yeah, so I mean, you can't. We were just talking about how Cabrini was making a ton of passes, and they really tricked that Montclair State defense running just straight at him there. It's risky because you're just by yourself, but they were able to convert.
So actually, they're going to be bad.
Cavini to McCreary, around to Dansex.
Yeah.
Good defense here by Cabrini, keeping Dansex guessing.
Shot 15 wide.
Wide shot.
Yeah, Montclair State's got to do a better job of moving that ball. Dansex has to move that there. That's just a tough play. It was a decent shot and a good save, but they've talked about their ball movement, previous to this season, and that's not what they've kind of emphasized so far.
It's going to be out of bounds by number 33 for Cabrini. Montclair State getting back into it.
45, ground ball 45.
25?
3-1 Cabrini.
Okay. I can do that.
A laser shot over the goal, though.
What was that?
I didn't see. I was trying to press the clock. Go 50.
Look, that shot came from Cavino from the outside. That was a good rip. He's looking to shoot the ball, obviously scoring the one goal for Montclair so far.
Cavino with the moves again. And the strike. Nice save there.
Yeah, exactly like you said, a good save. That bounced right before the goal, which makes it tough for the goalkeeper. And another good save. That one to his right leg, just like we saw from McLaren earlier on the other end. Similar save.
Yes, the Gator gave up 15 goals last game.
Well, not yet.
Yeah, that's rare for him. If we look back at what he did in 2019, last year, he only had 7.6 goals against per game. So for a guy of his prowess, it's not something we see often, giving up 15 goals.
McCreary to Dansex.
Shot 50 save.
Over to Brennan. Gets his first shot of the day.
Ground ball visitor.
We mentioned he had 4 goals last game. The big junior at 6'4". He's gonna make his presence known over there.
Yeah, 6'4", 215. He's hard to miss there in the middle. That's where I mentioned earlier we're going to see a lot of him. This came from the right side, the left side of the field. But yeah, that's not the only chance he's gonna get in this game. He's a big emphasis and into a bigger role this year offensively for Montclair State.
By the way, getting it clear.
What?
Passing it around
Screen here.
by Cabrini. Gerzabek still in this corner here. We seeing him there, I guess, all game as Griffin Shira passes it around.
Well, Gerzabek as a left-handed shooter, he definitely likes this offside where he can kind of just take it and rip it in once.
As they go back behind the goal. Good defense there by Montclair State, breaking it up. Oh.
Flag.
A flag on there for Montclair State.
Bosky is getting a card.
Didn't see who that was there.
Yeah, I think that was 19 for Montclair State, which would be Kyle Berkner with the hit.
Big hit there.
Yeah, it was a big hit, and now we're going to see the first man-up opportunity of the game, this time for Cabrini. And like we've said about their, how much they score, they scored 17 the last game. 2 of those came in the man-up opportunity, and they were 2 for 3 overall, so a good percentage at 66 or 67%.
Yeah, and it's going to be 30 seconds now. Cabrini will have the man up, and I mean, if you're Montclair State, you got to limit these penalties. They did a good job of it last game, but you can't give any help to Cabrini. We know how good they are.
Gotta be a number that serves it. I don't have a number.
19.
About 5:30 left in this first quarter. Cabrini's up 3-1.
Hang on.
we've seen a goal from Gerzabek, Huey, and Kostak.
He's not an option.
And for your Montclair State Redhawks, we've seen Joe Cavino. He put on the spin moves and he had a nice strike. That was the lone goal for this Montclair State team.
All right, then don't worry about it. Yeah, we're not dealing with it now. There's penalty up on the board. It's all that matters.
Gerzabek looks to fake the attempt and he's going to pass it away and it's going to go out of bounds. Montclair State ball.
Yeah, got lucky there. They had some decent movement switching up top. Looked like they were going to get a shot off. And looking for Gerzabek once again at the right side of the net. And so Montclair State gets lucky, but
So physical there by Cabrini.
Turnover 15 goes by 32.
Dansek's losing the ball there. Not something common for him.
Turnover 32 goes by
Tyler Ball.
that's a good stick check from him to steal it there in one motion. That was impressive for Ball and good for Montclair State as once again we keep mentioning Cabrini was going to come in there for another opportunity. Now they'll slow it up.
Yeah, McCreary's going to get the ball to McCoy, who enters the game. Constantly substituting. You don't need a break for that.
good.
And just high pass by McCoy. Those uncontested turnovers, you cannot let that happen.
Yeah, there was no pressure there. That's I don't know if that's a little bit of just him over anticipating or a little bit of some jitters, but that ball was nowhere near Maxwell, and just like you don't want to give that man up.
Ooh,
Yeah, I stopped talking there. It was a good opportunity, but you can't give them man-up opportunities like we saw, and then you can't just turn the ball over like that against a team like this in Cabrini.
Kostak has the ball. He passes it to Tucker. Tucker gets it to number 32, Jake Klein, for the score.
Should be 18. Yeah, for me.
Yeah, two defenders went with the passer, and so Klein was wide open, stepped right in, and went high over the stick of McLaren.
The Cabrini goal scored by number 32, Jake Klein, on an assist from number 18, Kyle Tucker.
So now with 3 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first quarter, Cabrini has the lead 4-1. Montclair, you have to assume you're going to need to score. You can't go down into the next quarter down 3 goals. It's going to be hard to overcome a team like Cabrini with that.
Yeah, you're not going to be successful coming back when you don't even have the ball.
And just ran right at him there. Kyle Tucker, the pass out to Kyle Tucker, who shot wide. But a nice little move there by Cabrini. Kind of scared him as they just attacked right away again.
That's the second time we've seen right off the face of them just come right down the middle.
Cabrini moving it around now as Dan Bennett loses the ball.
Ground ball, home 35.
And McLaren gets it back going again.
Somebody messaged on
This is going to be
Twitter.
Joe Cavino running down. Joe Cavino gets past all defenders. But he's going to lose the ball.
Yeah, good stick check from 5, Corbin Carrigan for Cabrini.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
Can I tell you something? I should bury Pixelot on Twitter.
Shot 18 wide. Do they even have a Twitter?
No, just bury it on Twitter. No, we understand that. However, this is controlled by Pixelot camera. We can't do anything about it.
Another shot by Kyle Tucker there.
I'll
Wide.
on Twitter.
He's leading the team in
Then I'd
shots.
screenshot it and send it to him.
Shot 22 saved. Rebound, ground ball, home 41, shot 41 goal.
41?
Yeah.
There was Matt Laporo, 41 for Cabrini, picking the ball up after another good save from McLaren.
Right?
And he scored 4 in their last game against Southern Virginia, so he's a big threat for Cabrini. So now 5 on the season.
Yeah, he was good last season too, getting all 5 starts, getting 23 points. Uh, it's not a shocker to see him get on the board here for Cabrini.
Time to go 12:51.
41 on the penalty.
There's just so many people you have to defend here if you're Montclair State.
No, the vote count.
You know, you cover 4 guys and then you have another guy
Vote counts.
ready to go.
No, it's the mileage.
Yes.
Covino. Up to McCreary, over to Dansex, back to McCreary, and back over to Covino.
Yeah, because I'm sitting closest to him, but I can't sit on the other side. All right.
Covino's pass, intercepted there.
All right.
There's Tommy DeLuca, great read. He saw it was kind of a telegraph pass to Maxwell behind the net, and so he cut it right off. That's a guy. You know, we might not talk about a bunch because he's on the defensive end and not the offensive end, but he's a guy we probably should be talking about.
Chaz, I can't sit.
Yeah, last game he led the team in 6 ground balls and 3 caused turnovers. Gerzebek tried to shoot it there. Good defense here by Montclair State. Dangerous pass to McLaren, but able to get back on the offensive now. Boyle trying to make something happen.
Turnover 7. 12 by 12, ground ball 43.
So after Boyle loses it, Evan Trezonis Gerzebek out to Sapinski. Montclair, little scuffle over here. We're going to get another flag, penalty. Looks like it's probably going to be on Montclair State for that one.
Yeah, I think that was 35 for his Czech Tim Elefante, and yeah, once again you can't be given these opportunities. That comes at the end of the first quarter. So we'll start the second quarter. Man up for Cabrini.
The first period, the score, Cabrini.
Yeah, so at the end of the first, it's 5-1 Cabrini University over Montclair State. And we've now seen 2 penalties early for Montclair State. They're going to probably need to hold off on that as Cabrini's just piling it on. But we're not surprised by this. This was the case last time these 2 teams have faced, and Cabrini's the defending champs.
Well, I mean, you just look at Cabrini, what they've done in their history under Coach Stephen Colfer, and so he set up a really big time program here for what he's done and how he's built the team he wants. And yes, Cabrini did come here 17-3 last time, but at this point, Cabrini, based on their reputation, you have to know what you're dealing with, and so down 5-1 does not look good, obviously, for Montclair State. But they're making more of the mistakes. I mean, even just looking at it almost seems like Cabrini is bringing more energy. MSU has a much harder time taking the ball out of their own end, trying to get across the halfway line, the 50, within the 20 seconds to get a successful clear. And whenever Cabrini gets the ball on their defensive side, it seems like it's pretty easy, or that there's a lot of room to roam in terms of them getting into their offensive zone. So everything's just going right for Cabrini, and they're just paying closer attention to the details.
Yeah, and we know Cabrini is a really good team, and Montclair State is very good too under Coach Posque. As you know, they haven't had a losing record since 2001. They haven't had a losing conference record since 1984. This is a very good Montclair State team, just a different beast than Cabrini.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Montclair State's been successful. Obviously, we talked about how they lost to Kane, and really that did not set up a good taste in their mouths after Friday night. And so you really got to answer the bell, trying to come back just less than 48 hours later.
And Cabrini's going to start it off here. Shot by number 19, Drew Sapinski. A lot of movement there. Each guy you kind of thought was going to shoot it there.
Yeah, well, Montclair State kept him to the outside, not a movement through the middle. So that at least is a good sign. But they're going to give Cabrini a lot of room on the outside because they're looking to assist last year. But he's been looking to shoot today, obviously, with the goal. And 2 opportunities there for clear, good shooting opportunities. So good on him to take them. But if he's going to get those opportunities, that's just bad defense from what we saw from Montclair on that last possession.
Yeah, and so far Montclair State has just taken 5 shots on the game. Cabrini has taken 20, so when you're taking 20 to 5 shots, the score actually sets up perfectly for that. And they're also accurate, shooting 15 of those 20 shots on goal. Cabrini's passing it around now.
Turnover 19.
Looks like Sapinski lost it there for Cabrini.
Well, yeah, as you said, that was a missed shot on the turnover, but a high shooting percentage of about 75%. I mean, they shot 52% against Southern Virginia, so this is a team that I know we keep talking about Cabrini, but they are efficient.
Unless it zoomed in. Turnover.
Gonna get a couple whistles here. Give it Cabrini ball.
Well, just like I mentioned earlier, where we have this defensive pressure near the halfway line, once again, we had 3 guys on 1 in terms of the advantage for Cabrini. So the defensive press from the backside has been really good for Cabrini.
Man, that was another missed shot by Tucker. He's now had 4 of those on the day as he gets the ball back. Or Sapinski, my bad. A broken stick there.
Yeah, Elfonte for Montclair State checked Sapinski for Cabrini and broke his own stick on whacking another player. So that's probably something you don't see very often.
Yeah, and the ref having to break up Gerzabek and ball there as a little scuffle inside the goal. As McLaren's going to start it back up here. Tyler Ball has the ball. Cabrini putting the pressure on. And smart that they do. It paid off.
Yeah, you see that press right there. They went one-on-one. So each of the defenders from Montclair State were covered and the goalie, McLaren. So not a lot of room. And then 28 for Montclair State. That would be it. Jack Greco tried to go across to Ball. It just didn't work out.
Timeout, Montclair State.
And so we're going to get Montclair State calling their first timeout of the day. Good call there, as they needed to, after losing the ball there, you got to regroup.
Well, Coach for Montclair State, Posque, he's going to probably end up talking over how they're going to break down this defensive press. Or I should say they're almost their offensive presses. Those are offensive players for Cabrini that were pressing Montclair State's defense as they tried to transition up the field. He's going to have to go over how they're going to break that down so that we can get they can get a transition into the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's just another weapon for the Cavaliers team, as not too many players on offense or the attack are probably used to defending. But when you have people who can defend over there, it just makes it so much easier as you can cause those turnovers.
Yeah, right. It's just the system here. It clearly works for Cabrini. It's just a total buy-in from the whole team.
So there's going to be about 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period. 5-1 Cabrini. For how many shots Cabrini has taken, McLaren then has been saving pretty well. You know, he has 67% save percentage, which is actually the exact same for Sagetter.
Yeah, but he's been facing, obviously more pressure, more shots, 10 to 15 that he has saved. And so he's not the reason, though, that Montclair State is down. It's really just the overall defense, just not really getting in enough lanes or getting enough stick checks to turn the ball over.
And that's going to be Kostak who shot that ball wide. As Laparo tries to shoot there. He tried to take it all himself. You know, it pays off in some aspects, but Cabrini does do a good job of passing the ball around. You know, you'd like to see them take advantage of that more. Klein now with the ball. And he's going to pass it to Sapinski, who's going to shoot it high. So a couple shots here now for Cabrini, all high, wide.
Yeah, Sapinski's been shooting all day. It just he's obviously missed a couple times, so he's not afraid to let it rip.
And it's going to be a shot there for Gerzabek. His second of the day.
Yeah, it was similar to his first goal, further out than the one in the first quarter, but once again changed his shooting angle to go around the defender and put it in a nice spot just over the bottom of the leg. That would be the right leg for McLaren. So Gerzabek is just showing his talent from what we've seen, going back to 2019. And so he's a threat on that right side of the offensive zone.
Yeah, what a devastating goal there for the Red Hawks as Gerzabek scores and then stands over the defender.
Yeah, the defender fell.
As a little bit of taunting.
Yeah, exactly. The defender fell down. He was third team for All Maverick in 2019.
And this Cabrini team just so physical. As Montclair State now finally is able to pick it up. McLaren wide outside of the goal is able to get the ball as he passes it to Ball. Ball runs it up ahead a little bit. He finds Brennan.
Well, that was better there from Montclair State to elude some of that pressure we talked about that Cabrini has been displaying so far.
Over to Boyle as they pass it all the way around to Dansex. Good ball movement here, but really far away from the goal. As Cabrini's doing a nice job of pushing them out. McCreary here. Looking to get going. Nice save there after Joe Covino shot. We're going to get a whistle here.
Yeah, there was a penalty, not on McCreary, saying that he is the one with the penalty, but based on the defensive work that was put on him, there was a flag drawn.
Yeah, good call there. The fans wanted it. We heard them. We were hearing them start chirping.
Yeah, some of the referees in the crowd, we could hear some of them.
Now we're now under the 10-minute point in the second period. And Montclair State back on the attack now. Brennan passing it around. Brennan yet to get going. Dansex down low pass. Didn't look like a shot attempt, but Segater did get a hand on that as well, so
Yeah, McCreary and Boyle switched behind the net, and so that was a good pass from up top to get it down low. That was similar, almost the opposite of a goal earlier on the man up for Cabrini.
Turnover 12. Followed by 8 ground ball.
nice move there by Tyler Ball as he just runs all the way ahead,
Turnover 9.
but unable to get it done after McCreary misses.
That's overpassing from Montclair State. Someone's got to shoot the ball there. There's two guys open, and they try to fit it into Boyle on the right side of the net, and so they can't get cute here. They need to just shoot it when the opportunity is available.
Yeah, an uncommon error for Tyler McCreary, one of the leaders on this team. Matt Lapora shot but misses. Probably forced that one a little bit.
Yeah, he did. He's really looking for a shot. We saw him do a similar move earlier on a miss in this quarter. He's going to work from behind the net and try and come out on the sides of the net, but he likes to operate behind the net. We've seen that a couple times.
He already has a goal in the day. And I guess when you're up 6-1, you can really force whatever you want. McLaren had it, but then lost it. Nobody in goal right now, so Montclair State's going to have to hold on to the ball for a little bit.
Yeah, that was dangerous right there. If there was a turnover, I think it would be 7.
And just Berkner weaving in and out of anybody in his way.
Yeah, that was a nice little step through to get into the offensive zone from him.
Kavina has the ball. He already has a goal on the day. They get it to Boyle. Back over to Cavino. McCreary trying to make something happen. Nice spin move there. Gets it back to Cavino. Cavino's going to take this shot. Tries to bounce it in there. It's going to be a nice save by Segater.
Yeah, that time once again we did not see the overpassing. It was a good shot from Cavino, but it's very common, obviously, so far that when you work one way, you're going to shoot back low the other side.
Up top to McCreary, over to Dansex.
15 blocked.
Dansex shoots it, but instantly blocked. Aiden Maxwell now has the ball. Over to Dansex. Nobody up top when he was looking for somebody. And McCreary ball. Oh, and McCreary shot and score. Top right corner of the goal there.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. He ran on an angle to his right. Not a lot of room short side on the goaltender Segater, but he found some room between his stick and the right side of the right post. So a nice shot from McCreary, and another one on the board for Montclair.
Yeah, kind of takes back what he kind of lost the ball before. We talked about that. Comes back, bounces back. He's now 2 for 2 in shots on goal and shots. So he's been accurate today, and he's now on the board for this Montclair team. They're going to need a lot from him if they want to get back into this one.
Well, it's got to feel good for him. He had a good year last year, and he didn't start the season in the starting lineup. Well, I mean, it was only one game, but back in the starting lineup today and doing well for himself.
And Montclair State goes down.
I want to say that's Ball. Yes, number 8.
Yeah, Tyler Ball played very well so far. Didn't have anybody touch him there, so definitely a scary sight as you see him laying down.
Yeah, he's sometimes listed as a defender. Today looked like he was in midfield as a long stick midfielder. And no, that was not good. He kind of just went down holding the right knee. Kind of just collapsed from under him. So hopefully that's not a long-term injury.
Yeah.
But not a good sight.
Yeah, training staff are talking to him now. Drew Sapinski was over there consoling him. And Tyler Ball, he has made his he has been very present for this Montclair team so far, up and down the field, playing defense and offense. And Montclair State now squeaking back into it. It's 6-2. We're gonna definitely need to see more from McCreary as the game goes on. But it was a nice little offensive set that they had over there. They passed it around a little bit and really found the open man.
Yeah, I believe it was 6-1 at the 11:35 mark of this quarter, and since then, that's about a little bit over 6 minutes, obviously, since that moment. Montclair State has been better. Now, there hasn't been as much of a press from Cabrini in terms of what we were talking about earlier, how the number overloads in the center of the field, and so that allowed Montclair to have a little bit more success in getting in the offensive zone. Yeah, they wrapped up that knee. Coach Pasque, was there to come over and talk to his player, and they have the card out for him.
Yeah, last game, Ball had 5 ground balls, 1 caused turnover, and last season when he started all 6 games for this team, and he was second on the team with 22 ground balls and led the team with 13 caused turnovers. He ranked 5th in the conference for ground balls per game, so he's definitely going to be someone the Red Hawks hope can get back onto the field as soon as possible as he gives a wave to the crowd.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he was an important player for them last year and this year, obviously just in the second game. And they've been utilizing him on this right side, and so he was part of this good play in the second quarter, so unfortunate to see.
So Montclair State now on the offense. Maxwell losing it, but able to pick it right back up. No one was really near him. Out behind the net to Poyle. Over to Lanzlato, who's getting his first taste of the game. Oh, nice turnover. Nice caused turnover there. And steal for number 33, Zach Clout, as he now exits the game.
Yeah, that was a good stick for him. Montclair State was trying to go through the slot, and so he put his stick up, and that was a difficult play for him. So, but a good win.
Yeah, it was a clean steal. Oh, and Sapinski had the shot down low, but bounced it over the net.
Yeah, he had a wide open opportunity there. The middle was left open by Montclair, and so he just, I think he was a little surprised how much space he had, and tried to fire it low into the right side of a McLaren's net, and just totally kind of chopped that one.
19?
Thank you. Yeah, 19. No, 18. Thank you.
That's definitely what Cabrini, though, wants to do. They want to give Sapinski those shots. So they're willing to let him take that shot any day.
Yeah, we've seen him a couple times, Kyer, on the side of the higher portion of the offensive zone.
Oh, nice fake there by Tucker. Pass it to Gerzebek. Looks like it's going to be Montclair State ball. Elfonte across the field. A dangerous pass to Greco. Greco started this game, loses it there.
Yeah, that was Sapinski trying to get the ball back, obviously did. Greco just didn't do enough to get away from him.
Klein to Sapinski. Back to Klein, who has no pressure at all. Around to Tucker. Nice defense there.
Turnover 19, no calls.
Looks like it's going to be Montclair State after a turnover by Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker was looking to come from behind the net, and Klein didn't recognize it when he threw that ball away. He thought he was going to stay in the position he was already in. So, see what Montclair State can do with 3:22 left in the second quarter.
Oh, Cabrini just so physical down there.
Turnover, the guy that's down.
It's going to be a turnover for Montclair State defensively. Haven't given up anything for the past couple minutes.
You connected to the internet?
You know, just this quarter alone, they're tied 1-1. So, and Cabrini has outshot them 14-4, but doesn't matter about that. Just whatever goes into the net.
Yeah, they're going to have to come up with a different game plan, obviously, in the second half. Not good to have another injury from Montclair State, especially two starters, if that is Finnegan.
Yeah, that's going to be Finnegan getting helped off. Really none of his own strength, so hopefully he is... It's nothing too major.
Yeah, it looks like his left leg.
The junior defenseman went to Sparta High School along with teammate Aiden Maxwell.
Well, it is important to mention that he's a defenseman because Ball, who's a defensive guy, is out, and Finnegan, a defensive guy, is out, and you're already down 4. So now you're going into your second string and your bench. So not good for Montclair State. Obviously, you can't equate for injuries, but just not good.
Yeah, and if anything, we've seen them play almost all games, so whoever you have coming in for them isn't rested, so. Looks like it's going to be a whistle, but given back to Cabrini. Gerzabek to Kostak. Kostak out to Sapinski. Over to Kostak. Shot through the legs, and he's going to score.
Yeah, it was a shot from Sapinski, a guy we've mentioned who's been shooting all day. But over to Kostak here on his weak side so that his body can open up to the goal and just put it right between the 5-hole of McLaren. So back to a 5-goal game.
Yeah, the senior midfielder with a nice shot gets Cabrini going back again. They're leading 7-2 now, but it was a couple minutes since they had last scored.
Yeah, and Kostak was second team for Division III Lacrosse in 2019.
Yeah, last game Montclair State they can't allow any goals now. Down 7-2.
Well, they could get another possession here, as you obviously have the 80 seconds, but in your possession. But
a strike from Sapinski. Good ball movement there. I thought Gerzabek was gonna score. Passed it to Sapinski. Nice shot. Nice pass.
Yeah, that was set up, as you said, by Gerzabek. And once again, he had his stick in a low position as he had on his 2 goals. 2 defenders went with him. He was able to pass it out to Zapinski, who finally scores after multiple shots in this first half. He finally finds the back of the net. That actually hit the post and went in. So a seeing eye shot and a good shot for him.
Yeah, Sapinski leading the game with 7 shots. He has more shots than Montclair State has 9, so he has 2 less shots than Montclair State as a team. Getting his first bit of a goal. And McCreary has it now. Tyler McCreary, that is. He has his brother Matt McCreary, or Mike McCreary. Cavino. Nice little spin move there. Over to Boyle, who's going to pass it high. Tried to get it to Dansex there, but that turnover just costly. Down 8-2 now.
Yeah, that's the second time in this game where we've seen a pass like that, just an unforced error, just right over the top. Almost a total airmail. And Cabrini once again with an opportunity.
Crossfield pass for Cabrini. And it's going to be a shot by Dan Bennett, who's going to score.
Yeah, just too much room. It was first set up by the cross the field pass. The defense kind of collapsed down low, and Bennett just had a ton of time from straight away and put it to McLaren's left. A nice shot down low.
Yeah, and that was Bennett's first shot of the game, first real action of the game. We haven't really spoke about him, but the freshman, 6-foot freshman, definitely is going to be someone Cabrini's going to lean on as the years go on. So now, under 50 seconds, whoever gets the ball here, probably going to be the last possession of the half. It's going to be Montclair State who, actually no. Cabrini wins it. Scooped up there by Cole Snyder. Seguider taking it out. Cabrini just slips past all defenders. It's going to be a wide shot, though.
Yeah, that was a 36 Max Drift, able to take the ball pretty easily past the 50 and able to walk right into the zone. So a timeout from Cabrini with 16.9 to talk it over and try and get to double digits before the half ends.
Yeah, it's going to be right up a little game plan. Finish this half with a goal. I mean, 16 seconds. Montclair's just got to give it everything they can. Being down 9-2.
I mean, we've talked about the dominance for Cabrini. They're causing more turnovers. I mean, the ground balls are only 23-19 in favor of them, so just 4. But shots are 34-9, and the caused turnovers as well are at 8-6 in favor of Cabrini. So they're just winning the statistical battles, but we can obviously see on the field they're winning the you know what you can see with your eyes here, that type of battle. They're winning that too.
Yeah, and most of Cabrini's goals, we've seen a couple just of them just running down the field and scoring themselves, but they assist. They get a lot of assists, and they're winning the assist battle 6-0. So a lot of better ball movement here by Cabrini and good passes as we get ready to finish the second half here. Jake Klein has it. Passing it around behind the net. Sapinski, probably not the shot he wanted to get there. 2 seconds left. Last second goal. And it's gonna be a save by McLaren. Nice save there. Can't go into half with that last second goal. So I guess as much of a rough first half, it was a nice finish.
Yeah, for Cabrini, it was, we talked about it. It was even at 6-2. And in these last 5 minutes, they really poured it on with those 3 extra goals. Almost a fourth to make it 10-2. Montclair State was scrambling at the end there with the clock winding down. Laporo, once again, coming from behind the net. He had room there. He just put it right at McLaren. So that easily could have been 10. And Cabrini, they are really in full control in commanding this game.
Yeah, in the last game, McLaren and that defense for the Redhawks gave up 9 goals in the first. So it wasn't like it was an unbelievably bad defensive game for the half for them. It was really on offense. They weren't really able to get anything going, wasn't able to get those shots off really, clearly losing the battle in the shots, only single digits in the half with 9. So they're going to need to pick that one up back in the second half. But yeah, so what do you think you really can sum up this first half with?
I would say that Cabrini is just
period to kick off, and we're going to take a short break here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us here on the Red Hawk Sports Network as we get ready for the second half of the Montclair State versus Cabrini University lacrosse game. Cabrini's winning 9-2. I'm Jess Lipson alongside Max Strauss as we get ready for this face-off. Cabrini starts it off. It's going to be Jake Huey. And Sapinski over to Klein. Or, my bad, that was actually Kostak. Kostak looking for someone. He found Klein there. Sapinski goes to shoot. Does not. Nice defense there by Montclair State. And specifically Vinny Scarlett-Latella.
Yeah, he might be replacing Ball on that right side of the defense. But yes, as you said, a good stick and decent start for Montclair in terms of not giving up anything high danger yet.
And Scarlett-Latella already announcing that he will be using his extra year of eligibility.
Yeah, Montclair State did not get the ball over in 20 seconds there, so a turnover.
Scarlett-Latella gets the turnover, then makes the turnover as Montclair State struggling to try to get the ball back onto offense. We've said Cabrini has those attackers who can play very good defense. Kai Stack with the ball over to Gerzbach. Back to Kostak. Gerzbach looking to make something happen. He's going to pass it up top to Sapinski. Weaving in and out of defenders. Kostak shot wide.
Yeah, he tried to stuff that in, but a good drive from Zapinski to get into the middle of the defense, and a lot of the same ball movement and player movement we're seeing from Cabrini. So as long as the formula works, they're going to keep going to it.
And Laparo to Klein over to Sapinski. Sapinski has a ton of shots on the day. One to make of it. Tucker. Pass it to Sapinski, who loses it. Nice defense there by Montclair State, but a little rough. Wilson Smith there, who got the start last game. Klein to Sapinski. Shot there, strike by Kostak, and he adds to his goal total.
19.
Yeah, so he's got another. Zapinski and Kostak have had a good connection today. That was a nice shot from Kostak, put it right in the top right corner of the net. And so Cabrini just putting in work, leaving right where they left off at the end of the second quarter here, early in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that's going to be Kostak's third, so he'll have himself a hat trick on the day, and he's going to be looking to add to that as we are just under 13 minutes into the third quarter. 10-2 Cabrini. Last time these two teams faced was in 2019. It was 17-3. Cabrini coming off the 2019 Division III Men's Championship. And Montclair State coming off a 2020 where they went 4-2 and they started off the season very strong.
Yeah, those first 4 wins came in the first 4 games of the season. So, and as we said earlier, this has been a successful team. I mean, they're not a team that finishes under 500, but this is a new beast, a new animal in Cabrini.
Turnover 1, no call.
Yeah, down there on offense for Cabrini, you have so many guys who can score. Oh, pretty much any one of those guys that they were passing it to can score and make the passes, and just that team chemistry that they have on point. As the steps far out of the goal, low pass, but able to find Sapinski, And Sapinski's going to set it up, make a game plan. He's going to get it to Gersbach. Over to Kostak. We do have a penalty flag on the field.
Yeah, it's a too many men penalty for Montclair State. They got 7 guys in the defensive zone right now.
Shot wide by Gersbach, who already has 2 on the day.
Alfonte was the one who was caught. I guess a bad change. There's only 2 guys in the offensive zone for Montclair State right now, and not 3.
Another costly mistake there by Montclair State.
What was it? 35 offsides.
They're playing well at some points, and then they're just beating themselves up.
Amber, who's at the table to call?
And Zapinski gets it going now here as he gets it to Gersbach. Gersbach's fakes over there are just so good.
Yeah, it's not just the stick. It's kind of his head and shoulder movement.
Sapinski tries to shoot there, but good defense. Montclair State didn't allow anything. Ryan McCoy tried to make something happen there.
Looks like another penalty on Montclair. So we're going to have 6-on-4 for Cabrini.
Yeah, at least for the next couple seconds for that first penalty to finish. About 19 seconds left in that one.
So they get 2 opportunities.
So Cabrini has a really good chance here. And they're going to make it happen here. As Cabrini's going to score, and that's going to be from Kostak. Number 22 for his 4th goal.
22 from 19.
Yeah, just like in their last game where we saw multiple four-goal score. Actually, Kostak was one of them in their last game. So he's got 4 again. He's been lethal. So through 2 games, and we're not even done with the second, he already has 8 goals on the season. A good shot from him. It was smart. He bounced it well on McLaren's left side, or his right side. So once again, we're just talking about the same thing where Cabrini is able to get possession and convert offensively.
Yeah, and so Kostak's going to add to his day with a 4th goal, and Sapinski, almost even better, is going to add to his day with a 5th assist. So, or 4th assist. He's going to have now 5 points on the day, with including his goal. So Sapinski and Kostak leading the charge for this Cabrini offense, but everybody really having an equal amount of time with the ball, just unselfishness. And Tucker's going to play with it outside. Going to get it to Klein. Shot missed by Bennett. Bounced all the way past midfield. And DeLuca has it. Nice pass into the middle of the field to Klein. And Cabrini's going to have a fresh start here.
Turnover 18. No calls. Ground ball 51.
And McLaren's going to give it to McCoy.
Clear, failed. Turnover 20.
Passes it to Alfonte, but not able to make anything of it as Cabrini gets the ball back.
Yeah, he just dropped that one. It was difficult up high from Smith, but just another missed opportunity, and so Cabrini once again.
And DeLuca's going to run back now onto defense. I was kind of excited to see him get a little offensive action, but... And Bennett has the ball now. Seeing a couple new faces here as Griffin Shearer. Matt Lapora with the ball behind the net. And it's going to be a strike from number 26, Griffin Shearer.
6 from 32.
Yeah, so this is the first time in this game we've talked about him. Klein with another setup. We talked about how he was a setup guy last year. And that was a nice shot to the over the stick of the right side of McLaren. So everyone's getting in on the action, not even just the starters for Cabrini.
Yeah, that's Shearer's second shot, first goal. And like you said, little bit of bench players getting some action here as Cabrini's just separating this lead more and more. And that's, I mean, at this point, that's what you got to do in the shortened season. Send out your bench guys, allow them to get a little bit of experience as a lot of your offensive guys and your attacks who started have really been playing just as good as you can be. Looks like it's going to be Montclair State whistle and going to give it right to Cabrini to start it off. So we talked about Montclair Cabrini putting out their backups, but now we see most of their starters just hop back into it as Kostak has the ball now. He's going to get it to Tucker, who faked there. Back to Kostak. Over to Sapinski. Behind the net to Klein. Kostak loses it a little bit. Really hard check there by Montclair State.
Yeah, that was Scarlatella. And another penalty for that hit. So man up again. I want to say this is the fourth or fifth time we've seen this for Cabrini.
Yeah, and they only did this just one. Montclair only had one penalty last game. So maybe a little bit of a just being down by so much, trying to force stuff. Well, Montclair State has to keep their composure here.
Well, it doesn't matter who you're playing, but you don't want to give the opponent man-up opportunities, and they're just not being smart. They need to be more disciplined.
Gerzabek, the no-look shot, but it's blocked by McLaren. Looks like McLaren was looking to pass it out there, and it was just hit away by Matt Lepore, who cannot do that.
Yeah, it's not allowed when a goalie's in the crease to stick check him like that or really touch him in any way.
McCreary here trying to get this offense going here for the Redhawks. Cavino, who scored before today, or on the day, and Dansek's now with the ball. Over to McCreary. Wide shot, wide and high, but
He had Boyle across and little eager right there, probably down, down 10, just looking to shoot it.
yeah, McCreary, one of those guys who definitely has a good eye for the field, so normally he does get that pass off. Having one of the goals on the day, and like you said, being down by so much, probably forcing that a little bit more than usual. As Cabrini now back on the offense. Klein with the ball. A couple fake outs here. Nice block there by McLaren.
Yeah, that's Griffin Ganster, another guy that's coming off the bench we haven't seen, a freshman. And shot it right at McLaren, so that was one of maybe his easier saves today.
Alfonte there, good defense. Looks like Tucker's going to have it. He's going to pass it up top. Number 13, Dan Bennett, who has a goal on the day. And he's going to get his second one there. As he bounces it between McLaren's legs.
Yeah, that's not bad defense from Berkner, but Bennett would not give up. He wasn't looking to pass it right there. Faking both right and left, eventually going right and putting it between the legs of McLaren. That's the third or fourth time we've seen a ball go between his legs and into the net today.
Yeah, Dan Bennett now very efficient shooting. He's now two goals in 3 shots. All of his shots have been on goal, so he's been very accurate. coming off the bench. And, yeah, I mean, that just goes to show how much depth. We were joking about it before when having to study the players for each team, and we just saw such a big list for this Cabrini team. And that's one of those key guys they have in the bench and depth.
Well, I mean, that's going to be a mantra of a good team, that depth you talked about, with 60 guys on the team. We're seeing talent from these second-string guys, like you mentioned.
And that's just part of the things taught here and the philosophies for Coach Colfer for this Cabrini team, where he's really just made a dynasty of this team. Dansek's now looking to make something happen. A little to the left. McCreary has the ball. Passes it to Cavino. Shaking off the defender. Nice spin move there. And he's going to pass it away, though.
You're looking for Brennan in the middle and just missed him.
Oh, and it looks like it's going to be called here right in front of us on Montclair State on Robert Brennan.
Yeah,
he knew it right away.
Yeah, 33 a Zach Kaut for Cabrini. He was able to walk right in there. Fortunately for Montclair State, he totally missed, and so we have that penalty coming up. So a man up once again.
Yeah, and one of those guys we saw last game, Brennan, really able to show off his skills, has yet to get going in this one.
Yeah, he was the one they were looking for in the middle before that ball was turned over, and so it was behind him. Not a good pass.
Brennan just 2 shots on the day. He had 7 shots in last game. He led the team in 4 goals, 7 shots, and 6 on goal. Last season, he had a 75% shots on goal percentage as he sits in the penalty box. And Cabrini's going to have a missed shot. We see this offensive press, but defensively. Cabrini's not letting Montclair get past that midfield line.
Well, but this is good, though, because obviously this is killing penalty time. So,
yeah.
Yes, you're down a man, but not going to give Cabrini an opportunity here to score on that man-up opportunity.
Yeah, that's a very good point. As there's about 10 seconds left in this penalty. Kostak has the ball now. No white jerseys around him. Him and Sapinski back and forth like it's been all game. Nice move there by Sapinski. He'll pass it behind the net to Klein. Kostak to Gerzabek. It's going to be Tucker to Sapinski. Nice move. Nice play there by Montclair State.
Yeah, it's a good play there by Wilson Smith. We talked about him as starting last week, and so we're going to see him always defensively as a long stick midfielder. And so at least there are some good defensive highlights for Montclair, with not many in this game, though, so far.
Yeah, Smith was second on the team with 10 caused turnovers last season. Making 3 starts and played all 6 games. He's been a second team CSAC member, so definitely someone on the defensive side we'll be seeing a lot of.
What was the number? 41 offside, 20 seconds.
Them?
Thanks. Yes.
So Montclair State will have a man up here.
Lindsay's doing a great job down there.
They'll have the advantage, and, I mean,
Coldest one.
it's not hard to point out that they need to take advantage of it here, as Brennan has the ball.
Yeah, we've only seen one other man-up opportunity for Montclair State, so
A lot of ball movement here, but no real threat of an attack here by Montclair
well, they just
State.
didn't have any movement running in the middle. That changed kind of as you said that, but yeah, it's just been stagnated on the outside. So
Brennan looks like he'll get his first shot, and he will make it. Goal there for Brennan, getting on the board. It was only a matter of time, and that's going to be Montclair State's third goal of the day.
that was a nice shot. Made it look easy. Good strength, fighting off a check, working to his right, shooting back to his left, and the goalie's right. And so we talked about him with the 4 goals last game, and that looked pretty easy for the big man right there.
Yeah, I almost was thinking to myself, where was that all game? He just kind of weaved in and out of defenders down low and came right at him.
Well, they've been pressuring him, obviously, as part of the scouting report to take him away, and so finally got his opportunity.
It's a fight here for the ground ball. Cabrini somehow picked it up, but lost it again.
Didn't make a football move.
It looks like Mike McCreary now is going to have it, but
That was a big hit by Berkner, though, to release that ball, 19 in white.
we got both McCreary's on offense here, along with Christian Boyle. Tyler McCreary has it. Mike McCreary loses the ball, and it's going to be picked up by Segider.
Yeah, nice play from the goalie to fake out Mike McCreary behind the net and then have that outlet pass.
For a short time, Cabrini had the numbers over here on offense, but Montclair State able to even it out now as they lose that man up. Gerzabek coming at him here. Over to Sapinski. Gerzabek. Pass down low from Gerzabek to number 41, Matt Lapora, who just did not have an accurate shot at all there.
Yeah, that went right over the net, but we keep talking about him behind the net. His movement behind there is very smart, knowing when to come out, either when he has the ball or doesn't have the ball, and so we can see why he had four goals in their last game.
Yeah, in close games, he's definitely a huge weapon to have back there, and this one he just hasn't really needed him to make any sneaky attacks, as Sapinski looking to make something happen here. He's running all around the field. Klein's going to shoot it, but it's going to be blocked by Montclair State. That was a nice block there from number 24, Ryan McCoy. Ryan McCoy's had a couple blocks here, big blocks.
Yeah, Klein had to shoot that one. He shot it with about 4 seconds left on the shot clock, so that's why that shot came in, even though it wasn't probably from the best angle.
Mike McCreary has it here. Double teamed for a second there. So he's going to pass it to his brother Tyler. And up top to Dansex. Dansex gets it to Covino. Covino to Boyle. Over to Tyler McCreary. It's going to be a shot, but it's going to be blocked.
Yeah, that was from a sharp angle. It's a good move from him to get kind of even with the net, but just not a good angle.
And it looks like that's going to finish it off here in the third quarter. Cabrini's leading 13-3. Montclair State kind of forced that last possession there by McCreary. And Cabrini won that quarter 4-1. Won the shots battle again, 15-4. Shots on goal 8-2. And I mean, Montclair State's winning category was saves, which just means Cabrini was shooting.
Right, that makes sense, obviously. And so just another winning quarter for Cabrini, not only on the scoreboard but just total overall play. And so we'll see how this fourth quarter goes. We'll see if we're going to see more of those second stringers for Cabrini, because we only saw them for a possession or two. And then the big guns came back on the field. And so at least once again we saw some offensive pressure for MSU at the end of the third. But for most of that quarter, it was dominated by Cabrini, which you can say not only for this game, but most of their games.
Yeah, they've had help with having 2.5 minutes more of man up and having that advantage. We saw for
6 total penalties for Montclair State, so not a winning formula.
Cabrini has 51 shots on the day. Montclair State's sitting at 13. So
Yeah, they had 73 in their first game, Cabrini, so and gave up about 31. So we're in a similar trajectory in this game. Another penalty.
he's just keeping coming as Klein has it for Cabrini. He's going to pass it to Sapinski, who got it to Tucker, tried to make something happen down low as he passed it over to Gerzabek, who has it now. Nice shot, diving shot. Might be. It might not count as it might have been inside the circle.
He got hit in midair too. That was
Yeah.
dangerous. He got hit by Scarlatella, who we mentioned coming into the game for ball, and yeah, that might have been illegal as he may have been in the crease as he released the ball, but it could have been an injury there as well.
Yeah, it was a sick shot even if it didn't count. He's been like that all game really. Gerzabek's been physical, not afraid to put his body on the line to make the shots and the plays needed.
Well, that was where, we talked about Lepore behind the net. Gerzabek, I also mentioned that's the area he likes to operate on the right side as he can open up to shoot left-handed. He had a little bit more of in the middle movement in the middle of the game, but we're seeing him back where he was successful early on in that first quarter.
Yeah, and the ref's still talking it over here, so we're going to see what they say.
Yeah, talked about it for a little while there.
So another penalty here for Montclair State. As we mentioned, it was Vinny Scarlatella kind of pushed Gerzabek there.
So that's the 8th penalty of the game. This is the second time in this game where we've seen a 6-on-4 two-man-up advantage for Cabrini.
Kostak, nice pass down low, but intercepted there. Nice play there by Wilson Smith. We've talked about how much he means to this Redhawks team.
First penalty over, and so this is killing some more time, which we saw on the last the last man up for Cabrini. So a good time wasting tactic whenever you're able to get the ball and down a man.
Looks like McCreary has it. Passes it over. McCreary over to Cavino. Back on the other side to Dansix. He's going to pass it behind the net to Boyle. Finds Mike McCreary. Finding his brother Tyler McCreary.
So he's played really well. Did not get the start. I guess a little surprising in their last game against Kane on Friday night. And so he's showing why Coach Paste should be probably starting him from now on.
Yeah, and that pass came from his brother Mike McCreary. So the brother-to-brother connection is on. As you mentioned, Tyler McCreary gets the hat trick on 6 shots on the day.
So another face-off violation for Cabrini, and so Montclair State will get possession once again.
We're about a little over 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Dansex over to Boyle. Gonna get a penalty. And it's gonna be a shot by Boyle. Really, really nice strike from him as he kind of did a little spin move. Got away from the defender for a split second and got the shot in.
Yeah, I believe the penalty was going to be on 43, same as Hogan for Cabrini, but doesn't matter as of this very second. As yes, you talked about Boyle. That was a strong play using his strength. He's over 200 pounds, kind of backing down the defender and firing one in. So a nice play from him. He scored against Kane as well. So he was a guy who's just like Maxwell was going to step into a bigger role this year, and he's doing that offensively.
That was his second point. He has a goal and an assist on the day. That was his first shot on goal, so. A fight here as Cabrini wins the faceoff and gets the ground ball. Picking it up there was Trizonis. Ooh.
Yeah, Scarlatello there did not mean it, but got to watch his stick. He hit Klein up high, and so the theme of penalties keeps going.
Yeah, Scarlatello, he knew it right away. Didn't mean for it to happen, of course, but it was. And he also had a little nice defensive showing there right before that happened, so he's definitely not happy about that one, as he's now going to be sitting in the penalty box for a minute.
Yeah, so now we're up to 6 total minutes with those 3 penalties. So 3 full 1 minute and a couple half minutes.
The Sapinski to Gerza back and forth. Klein now over to Kostek. Down low to Tucker. And Tucker's going to miss it. And Sapinski just driving right into McLaren there.
So another opportunity to maybe get in the offensive zone for Montclair State as they're down a man. This would be the 3rd time we've seen that. Oh, nice move.
Yeah, Covino has the moves. We've seen that earlier in his first goal. Yeah, and they're going to get a penalty on that one. 2 flags on the field right now.
A lot of penalties. That's if 3rd on Cabrini will be coming up. Obviously, we're not there yet, but that's 12 total in the game. So just a lot for one game.
Yeah, now Dansek's coming onto the field, as well as Scarlatello, who just finished his penalty. Dansek's to McCreary. That combo is going to be all season. Covino looking to put on the moves. Spin move there. He's going to shoot it, but it's going to be wide. Waiting for it behind the net was the Tackman Jr. Cal McKenzie. Getting his first taste of action in this one. And he's coming right back out. He's being replaced by Maxwell, who's been really the guy back there all game, as well as Boyle.
And so this man of opportunity, we'll see if they can score again. They're 1 for 2 coming into this, so 3rd opportunity and the man up for Montclair State.
Yeah, we talked about how having Montclair's been kicking themselves as they've been giving them so many opportunities for man up, but Cabrini hasn't really taken advantage of it like Montclair has. Maxwell lost it there.
Turnover 45.
Looks like it's going to be Montclair State ball as Dansek sets up. The freshman Aiden Maxwell will start it off. Maxwell passes it right away to McCreary. Over to Boyle. Boyle to Maxwell. Tried to get it there to McCreary. Wasn't able to do so. The ball is on the ground still. A fight for it here. As Cabrini finally picks it up. It's the Gator way out of the goal there.
Yeah, Hogan was the one who picked it up. That was on the ground for a while.
Tucker has it here for Cabrini. He's going to pass it to Klein. You see every time Cabrini has the ball on offense, those subs come in and they bring in those guns. Klein to Gerzabek. At the top now with it, Bennett. Klein looking for a man.
Virginia. That was on the 6th.
Yeah, so now just under 9 minutes and 30 seconds, Cabrini is winning 14-5. Montclair State had a nice little run there, had back-to-back goals, and that was all halted by Gerzabek, who's just been a force over there in that corner, like you said. The lefty putting on the moves and making some magic happen as he gets a hat trick. Face off here. Cabrini has had a couple whistles here, so it's been Montclair State, and it might be that case again.
Another penalty.
This time on Montclair.
No, I believe that's on Cabrini.
Yeah, it was. So Montclair State, they've won the face-offs, but definitely a lot easier just getting to start it off as Dan Six picks it up.
So a lot of dirty laundry in this game. That's 13.
So 30 seconds with a man up here. Redhawks need to take advantage with just under 9:30 left in the game. Dan Six to Boyle, or to Cavino. To Maxwell to Boyle now. Back to Boyle. Nice little fake. Got really no one. But it pays off as Maxwell gets his first goal of the game.
So Boyle and Maxwell with the work right there. They faked a handoff behind the net. Did not really fool anyone. But Maxwell gets his first career goal. So nice for him. And another man-up opportunity that is converted for Montclair State. And so now it's 14-6. So 20 total goals in this game.
That was Christian Boyle's second assist of the day. That offense for Montclair State, they've been able to make some stuff happen. Just we mentioned they're playing Cabrini. It's hard.
Yeah, the possession numbers obviously favoring Cabrini. So if the possession numbers were closer to even, I think, as you just mentioned, this would be a closer game. Not that Montclair State would be winning, but more competitive than an 8-goal difference.
Huge collision there at midfield. As Gerzabek, nice block there by McLaren. Nice save. McLaren's going to run this one out as he's going to pass it to a teammate there who's going to get rocked by Gerzabek. He knew the whistle. He was almost shocked that they didn't throw a flag earlier.
I think that's Scarlatella.
Looks like it's going to be number 19.
Oh, Berkner.
The senior midfielder from Westwood High School. Gerzabek finds himself in the penalty box for a minute. He's been like that all game. He was probably just testing it, see how far he can go with it. There is he completely just drilled Berkner. Montclair State on the offense now. McCreary has it.
It's actually a man-up opportunity for unnecessary roughness. So a one minute, a man-up opportunity. Already 2 for 4 Montclair State, so good percentage of 50%.
Yeah, Covino to Boyle. McKenzie's down there, missed it, and then Maxwell tries to get another goal there. It's going to be wide. Boyle has it. Passes it behind the net to McCreary. Back over to Boyle. To Covino, who already has a goal on the day. It's going to be low and outside. And McCreary starts it back up. Now under the 8-minute mark here. Shot by Covino. Nice save, though.
Yeah, that definitely went off a defender right there. So working the right side of the offensive zone, didn't really get it on the left side in that man-up opportunity.
There was good defense there, but Wilson Smith going to get called for that. Cabrini going to take advantage before any whistles made.
Yeah, Laporo back with it. He originally was the one who started this play when we talked about that penalty.
You know Laporo wants to get a goal here. Already one on the day. Threw it, but kind of misplayed it there. He'll be met by number 51, Wilson Smith.
It's a great save by McLaren.
Yeah, really good defense and goalie play by McLaren.
And so we mentioned that penalty earlier. It's going to get called on Smith. It's a hold. 30 seconds, so Cabrini once again with an opportunity. But great save by McLaren on Zapinski. He was able to walk by the defender and had a clear-cut opportunity in front. And good stick save by McLaren. And so as I mentioned earlier, he's not the reason that MSU is down in this game. He's total shots on goal are 35, so he's saved 60% of the shots that he's faced in this game.
Yeah, Montclair State hasn't really been able to break any of those passes up that this offense for Cabrini has created, and so the defense needs to step up a little bit here. McLaren, like you said, not the reason at all for this deficit. When you let someone like Kostak, who has already 4 goals, down low like that.
Yeah, I was going to mention that's a good save. First off, Klein with a great pass to see that, and then, yes, McLaren with another good save.
Bring it up here is Alfonte, who's had trouble getting it past that midline.
Well, they only have 5 seconds now.
So, somewhat of a forced pass. It's going to, though, be Montclair State ball. (14-6) here with 5:45 left in the fourth. Boyle finds Mike McCreary. Back to Boyle. Up top to Tyler McCreary, who passes it to Covino, who just enters the game. So once again, just passing it around, but not really making any attack towards the goal. Nice move there by Dansex, but it's going to be blocked by that defense. Looks like Jake Goss was going to take it all himself there.
They're going to get a penalty on Tyler McCreary,
who runs just right over to the penalty box to wait in there. So last game, only 4 penalties in the whole game, and not even close to that in this one.
And we've got another one.
Penalties flying.
This one on Cabrini because obviously with possession, the play stopped.
Looks like they're going to have a little fiesta over there in the penalty box.
Yeah, why have one when you can have two? Little party over there in the box. I mean, we're now over 15, so there's just not a lot of flow. I mean, as you mentioned, with only 4 in the last game, you're just killing kind of the flow of the game. This second half has been very choppy because of it. Yes, we've had some goals, but this is going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of talking points this week in practice for these two coaches. Cabrini, as we said in the first half, very efficient. In the second half, just not the same. So I really don't think they're very happy with their performance here in this second half. The score is actually in favor of Montclair State 4-2, but it's not just that. It's just the whole way they've been playing.
Yeah, totally. Especially being 1 for 11 with the extra man on the field. You only score once in that situation. It's not something that you're happy with at all.
No, definitely not.
And they've tied in the face-offs. It really comes down to that defensive play for Montclair State, which has not been what Cabrini has done.
Yeah, well, you talk about those face-offs, and so if you look at number 8, Huey, for Cabrini, he's a guy who was at 60. He won 5 of every 8 face-offs in terms of 2019. Very good. And even, I believe, Reese, 32, if I'm not mistaken.
He's 7 for 12 on the day.
He's number 25. I'm thinking of Klein. But, yes, Reese is the guy also in face-offs who's been very good. Part of Cabrini's success, obviously, you need to get the ball to be successful. And so that was probably a point of emphasis for Montclair State. And so they've done a good job. Yes, they're not necessarily leading at 50% being even, but that's almost a victory in itself because we're used to Cabrini winning that face-off battle. So that is a positive that they can take out of this game.
Yeah, and like we said, we knew Cabrini was going to be as tough as they are. They always are this good. And so you got to look for those wins when you can for Montclair State and in the face-offs, and as well as their advantage of taking the extra man, they'll definitely be happy with.
So a rare 5-on-4. Yes, it's a men up, but not 6-5, 5-on-4 for Cabrini.
Once again, Montclair digging themselves into a hole, trying to come back into a 14-6 game. Cabrini winning with under 5 minutes left in the game. A little bit of a misplay there. A rare thing to see from this Cabrini offense. As Klein's going to have the ball at the top. Over to Kostak. Nice shot, nice save, though. And that's been the story of the game, McLaren's nice saves.
Yeah, exactly. More answers than not for him in the goal today. So, that Kostak was looking 5-hole. We've talked about him getting beat a couple times 5-hole. So, good to be paying attention to that.
So they're on a man-to-man now for about 15 seconds.
5 seconds.
5, I'm sorry.
Even.
All right, so now the penalties all done time, all finished, and now we got a full rosters back on the full positions back
Finished
on the
for the time being, based on this second half.
Yeah, they could.
That might not be the only yellow flag we see.
Now as time winding down and the shot clock being what it is, every possession is so important, being that it could be your last. Hoping to try to make the most of the rest of this game here for the Montclair State Redhawks.
He's got that huge roster. He hasn't used it. He's already used anybody. Offside?
Nope, I don't do that. Turnover team.
Yep.
Going to be Montclair State ball as McLaren sets it up. Here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Oh. A fired up Cabrini bench after that one.
Yeah, you can hear them through the windows here, and they're not even open. And, a little bit of a cheap shot from Montclair State here at the end.
Too close by 3.
But that was what we call kind of like a suicide pass,
Yeah.
where he had no time to turn. So no matter what, I don't know who was the one who caught the ball for Montclair State, but he has no time to do anything there, and so he got laid out.
Yeah, Montclair State will find themselves with another penalty here after that one. Just frustration setting in.
Yeah, exactly. Frustration would have been the word I would use too, and so down 8, game pretty much in terms of a result locked up, but not the type of finish that Coach Paste is looking for in terms of discipline from his Red Hawks.
The next game for this Montclair State team will be March 17th against Newman at 4:30 as they look to try to get their first win of the season. Unless they come back here and can win this one.
I mean, maybe you'd reverse jinx it and we would see 9 goals here in this last 2 and 20. But yeah, Newman's a team that's in the Atlantic Eastern Conference, just like Cabrini. So that's a team Cabrini is familiar with, but not here for the Red Hawks. So we will see what happens in that game, coming up.
Yeah, and for your Cabrini Cavaliers, they are going to be starting off the season 2-0. Not a surprise from them, as they will, on March 19th, be playing against Salisbury at 4 o'clock.
Time out, Cabrini. Once again, a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, the Rocks won't be back here at Sprague Field this coming
So timeout Cabrini with 2:20. Not really sure what they'll be talking about here with the game basically wrapped up, but actually it looks like the head coach is not happy. He's talking to the refs right now. A lot of emotion. Yeah, Colfer, he's not happy.
Yeah, and the refs have been busy, as like we've said, with the penalties. 2:20 left, as there's 2 men in the penalty box, so it's going to be even in that.
Right, he might be saying, why is my guy in the box?
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who got cheap shotted, and so how could it be a fault of his? And yeah, so those penalties now have reached 20.
Yeah, Montclair's Cabrini has a much bigger lead than they had in their first game, but you did mention, so this could be why, but you did mention they had 70-plus goal shots in that first game, only 58 here, but not having to play against a team who scored 15 against you, definitely not having to force anything.
Right, so I mean, they still gave up 15 in that game, so we're talking 32 total goals, which Lacrosse, yes, the goals can pile up, but that's still a large number, and so that was obviously a lot of offensive firepower in that game. Southern Virginia even shot a better percentage than Cabrini did in that first game. So, as you said, a lot of offensive firepower, but a different story for them defensively. So, better for them to only give up 6 in this game.
Yeah, and that's definitely Cabrini's weakness. Segator having a nice day here, but not having too much to worry about. If you can get it past this Cabrini defense, you're probably going to score.
turnover.
Minute 45 here. It's going to be Red Hawks ball. This could be their last time with possession.
Well, we've seen some goals late in some of the earlier quarters, so we'll see if that's the case here, and so if Montclair State can actually get more possessions.
Yeah, McCoy with the shot attempt there. wide. Definitely was not accurate, not a clean attempt.
Yeah, some of the backups in for Montclair State.
Lanzalato has it here. Hasn't said his name and just shoots. The ball does not come with him.
Ground ball 17.
McCoy's going to have it now. Back to Lanzalato,
Shot 17 save.
who just forced the shot, bounced, though, well in front of the goal. So some of these second string and third string guys for this Red Hawks team getting a taste of what it's like to play against Cabrini. Good defense there.
Turnover 7.
It's going to be Wilson Smith who has it, aware of where he is. Not risking stepping over and getting offsides. Connor McCoy sets something up, and he's just going to shoot it straight on. And Segator's going to defend that one. We got 10 seconds here, so they're just going to hold it. And we're going to finish it up here. 14-6 Cabrini University over Montclair State. And that's going to do it here at Sprague Field. Just an unbelievable performance by Cabrini. And not the worst thing we've seen from the Red Hawks, but definitely a blowout here.
Yeah, a little bit of a tale of two halves, but that first half was killer from the defending champions. Really the reason why we had such a lopsided score. And so they deserved to win because it was kind of obvious they were the better team on the day.
Yeah, in that last quarter, Montclair State has some positives to look at. They won the quarter 3-1, but after going down 5-1 and 4-1 and just, like you said, 9-2 in that first half, it's going to be hard to overcome no matter who you play, let alone the defending champs. But there were some good moments here for the Red Hawks, and what did you like from them?
Well, it's like there was a little bit of fight there in the second half. Obviously, they outscored Cabrini, and we're not totally dominated in the second half from what we saw in the first half. So try and bring some positives into their next game and not get to 0-3. That would just be, a start that we're not seeing from a program that has had some decent success, not as much as their opponent today in Cabrini, but we'll see what type of energy, what type of outlook they have for their upcoming game against Newman.
Yeah, and with the COVID-affected scheduling, there's a shortened season, so you don't want to fall behind too early and go down 0-3 like you said. And they're going to, next game, they have a lot to work on, and not just in this game, but also last game. They haven't had too many practices in between hand. So what do you think they can really work on?
Well, it looks like their man up in terms of how they're moving man up is decent, but it's got to be just how do they control the middle of their own defensive zone. Later on in the second half, they were better at controlling that area. We're going to see some guys step into some bigger roles, unfortunately, because of those injuries. But it's really defensively because offensively, as we said, their efficiency wasn't horrible. Yes, 6 is not a lot, but the possession numbers were clearly in favor of Cabrini. So giving up 14, anytime you're giving up more than 10, you're going to look at your defense first.
Yep, so final score, Cabrini 14. Or 16, no, 14, yeah, Montclair State 6. That'll do it for us here at Sprague Field. I'm Jess Lipson alongside Max Strauss. Thanks for joining us here, and have a great rest of your day.